What if the biggest obstacle in your life wasn't yours, but it belonged to someone you love? You know that crushing feeling when life hits hard and you don't know if you've got what it takes to keep on going? I discovered that the secret to pushing through any challenge in your life comes from a 12-year-old boy named Porter, and a race that you'll never forget. What happened in this charity 5K shocked me, and it's going to change how you see your struggles. You might think that running a 5K is all about running fast or finishing first, but this 5K was different. It wasn't about crossing the line. It was about rewriting what's possible. Because what Porter taught me today in the 5K, I think it can help you as well on how you approach your health, your business, and your relationships. Because if a child with a rare genetic disorder called KDM5C can motivate 100 people to lace up and show up, what does that mean for you and the challenges that are staring you in the face? And there was one moment in the event that almost broke me, but it's the reason that I'll never give up again. You've felt stuck before, right? Like no matter how hard you push, nothing gives. That frustration is brutal, and it makes you wonder if your effort even matters. I've been there. I've faced setbacks that I really struggled through. But seeing Porter at the 5K today proved to me that anything is possible. The first takeaway that I had from the 5K today is we need to stop measuring our success by speed. Instead, we should measure our success by impact. I've been thinking a lot about community lately, and boy, to see 100 people gather around to support a 12-year-old really emphasizes the importance of community in our lives. And lastly, I learned that it's important to use your pain as fuel, not as a wall. Stick with me, because you'll see how what happened today at Porter's 5K fueled me for my next breakthrough, and I'm sure it can do the same thing for you. So what is KDM5C? It's a very rare genetic disorder that affects your development, your health, and your learning. And there's just fewer than a handful of people each year that are diagnosed with KDM5C. And yet watching Porter show up and face the 5K with courage and determination more than anybody else there, it was the fuel that I needed to tackle my next challenges. If you've been doubting yourself, listen up, because Porter and his community completely flipped the script. The morning started out great. Woke up bright and early, had a couple cups of tea to kind of get woken up and get ready to go. We drove over to where the 5K event was going to happen. It's at this beautiful park. We reserved a pavilion to set it all up for everybody. This is an ongoing event. We've done this a few years now, and it seems to be getting bigger and bigger every year. Weather was absolutely gorgeous, and people were ready to go and support Porter. It was great to see people of all ages come together at the park for Porter's event. The whole purpose is to raise money and raise awareness for KDM5C and help support the research for that rare genetic disorder. I think it's really great that my mom actually closes down the restaurant that she owns, and all the employees come out and they make it a big team building event too, and they all the employees show up and walk. It's just great to see how the family and the community turns up to support my 12-year-old nephew. Personally, I had a pretty decent time at the 5K. I thought about running the whole thing, but I'm not much of a runner yet. Maybe that'll change. Maybe that's a topic for a future video, but I told myself
it's okay to do a mixture of walking and running.
So I started out walking. I did one lap, had some good conversation with my brother and some friends, and had a really nice time on the first lap. Well, for lap 2, I said, you know what? It's time to kick it in gear. I'm going to try and run one whole lap. Whole 5K, it's basically a 1K loop, so the 5K is 5 laps. And I went for it. And you know what? I did it. I ran the whole way around. It was no problem. So after running the second lap, I kept running for a little bit longer, but I was ready to walk after about halfway through my third lap. As I was getting done with that lap, my wife and my cousin were standing there, and there was a group. I said, "Hey, Steve, stop, come over here. We want you to get in this picture," because my cousin wanted to take a picture and send it to her mom down in Florida. She's been having a hard time down there. So I think it was exciting to be able to take a pause in the race and say, you know what? the relationship and the community is more important than time on my watch for my 5K. Maybe one of the more challenging emotional moments was at the end of the race. I was standing there talking to my brother-in-law who trains for MMA, mixed martial arts. And he ran last year, and I ran with him for a little bit. This year I didn't run with him, but he ran basically the whole thing. He said, I'm going to run the whole thing, and that's that. And he did. And talking to him afterwards, you could tell, so it's a little bit of a long story, but I'll go into it anyways. My ex-stepdad just passed away yesterday. So with that, I think there was a bit of some heavy hearts there. My younger half-sister was, you could tell she was struggling a bit, and this was her husband. And he told me, he said,
I was doing pretty good. Race was going well. But on that 5th lap, I really started thinking about Gary, and
I just, my heart really went out to him, because I had a pretty strong relationship with Gary as well while he and my mom were married for many years. And it's hard to mourn the loss of someone, but I think it was also helpful, right? It was helpful for the family to get together and be able, talk to my sister, kind of shared some stories and some memories and things of my ex-stepdad. So that was really healthy and helpful for me to be able to have those conversations as part of the get together for the 5K. I think what struck me was like all of this was because, hey, we're getting together to celebrate Porter and bring awareness to his rare genetic disorder. And that's the reminder. You're stronger than you think. Your struggle doesn't need to end your story. It can rewrite it. And I'll give you one tool that you can use today to shift your perspective and keep on going. I like to call this the Porter rule. So I was thinking after the race, and even during the race, I kept thinking to myself, look at all of the struggles that Porter has had with his development as a result of KDM5C. And for me, it was encouragement to say,
hey, you know what, Steve? If Porter can push through some of the struggles and challenges that he lives with on a daily basis, what is, running a 5K?
Like, to me, and I told my brother-in-law afterwards, like,
the other thing is we should feel blessed that we are physically able to get out there and run a 5K, run it or walk it, doesn't matter.
It's one of those things we take for granted, is our mobility. And I think it's just a great reminder there, because you see, when Porter was born, the doctors didn't even think he would ever walk. And now, if you watch him, it's kind of neat today because he started out and he was on his scooter and that's how he wanted to do it. And the boy doesn't stop. He doesn't slow down at all. So it's really just heartwarming to see somebody who doctors at one point thought he wouldn't even walk. And now he's able to get out there and run, and just the movement that he has is incredible. So I want to challenge you, right? Think about Porter. Think about his daily struggles that he has, and ask yourself, how can I show up today? How can I be a better person for the people around me, for my wife, for my husband, or my kids? How can I show up? What's one habit that would improve your life if you just did it, and it would improve your relationship with those people around you if you just said, you know what, I'm strong enough to do this. If Porter can get out there and run and walk after the doctors told him they never thought he would, what can you accomplish if you put your mind to it? And you know what? You don't have to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. That's what wins. If this inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. What is the biggest challenge that you're facing right now? Let's encourage each other. And don't stop here. Click on this next video here where I share another story that's going to push you even further. I'll see you there.